on fire. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be testing, yes, firing the Beretta 1301 Tactical LE with the LTT upgrade kit. We've already done we did the upload, or we uploaded the video on the overview of the shotgun. That was part one. So here we are with the actual fun video, the one that probably most of you are more excited about, including myself. And we're going to be testing this shotgun with a variety of ammo we have here on the table to see what all the hype is on this shotgun. So there's been, already a ton of videos out there on this gun, and like I said, in previous videos you saw where we tested the A400 against the SPE3. So I thought it'd be a great idea to go ahead and do that with the 1301 Tactical versus the real M4, and those videos are coming. But today's going to be all about the 1301 and my impressions on this shotgun. So just a quick, in case you didn't see the first video, the overview, it was too boring and you timed out and couldn't stand just to see me sit there and run my mouth about it. So as you all know, the 1301, and this is a mod 1, by the way, not the mod 2, and I'll touch on that some more in a little bit. But this is the mod 1, specifically the LE model. That comes with the 7-round mag tube out of the box. And of course, all the extended controls, just like on the all 1301s and the A400 Extreme Plus. It does have those nice big extended controls, make the gun very easy to manipulate. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with the LTT upgrade kit, they've took the Zukov handguard, and they modified it, or reworked it a little bit to make it work on the 1301, which is awesome. This is a great rail. I mean, aesthetically and function wise, this rail works very nice. Very much like it. And I got it outfitted with a Streamlight ProTac 1000 lumen light with the Magpul light mount. And of course, I like the clicky tail cap on this one. I really didn't see the need for a pressure pad or really a lot of room to where it would work well. So, and I've added the QD sling attachment there on the M-lock with the Vickers padded sling. Very nice sling. I run Vickers on just about every rifle shotgun I have, so I very much like it. Very astute. And of course, we got a relatively inexpensive 6-hour Romeo 5 on this gun. Just had one laying around, so I hadn't used it. It was in the box brand new, so I thought, why not? Let's just see how well it works on a shotgun. And it's held 0 so far, and we're about 385 is the round count, give or take, on this shotgun. So mostly buck and slug, about 100 to 200 rounds of birdshot. I can't remember the exact count on it, but we have mainly been shooting buck and slug, which is what these guns are made for. This is a defensive, law enforcement type combat shotgun. So they are designed, around the idea of you're going to be using buck and slug. But we do have some birdshot we're going to test through it, and we got weak stuff to a 1 1/8 ounce load, 1145 feet per second, and we got some Rio HV, which is a little bit hotter, 1250, 1 1/4 ounce load. That's 1250 FPS. And 1225, kind of an in-between the Federal and the Rio, this Fiocchi Heavy Field number 8 shot, 1 1/4 ounce. So, and then moving on, we got, of course, buck, full power buckshot. We have reduced recoil buckshot, some older Federal Tactical buckshot, double up buck, and that's full power. And we got some slugs. And I do believe this is 1,300 feet per second, 438 grain slug. And we got some Hornady buck and probably 1 or 2 other shells thrown in there. But we're not going to shoot a ton today, but we are going to put the gun through its paces and see what it is all about. See if it lives up to all the hype you hear on the internet. So I'm going to go ahead and load. And again, I'm just going to top it off this way. And I'm rocking the S-Tac shotgun cards. Really, really like this. It's I mean, these fit in your M4 mag pouches very nice, and you can load them out differently. So this one I got buck with one slug here in case I want to do a select load, strip that buckshot out, throw a slug in there in case you got to engage a target at a further distance. Nice to have that. And then I've got one all slug, and well, this is all slugs too. So I guess I was expecting to go after some long range stuff with this loadout, but we're going to start off with just some Hornady buck and see how those work. And these I've actually can fit all 7 rounds of the Hornady buck. And I'll go ahead and touch on this. If you have like the Rios, I can only get 6 of those in there because not every shot shell is the same. They're not all going to be 2 3/4. They may be a little bit longer. So especially when you get into the European or foreign Turkish shotgun shells, they will, sometimes you can't get the full or 7 of those shells into the mag tube, but with the Hornady you can. But we're going to go ahead and load her up, and let's go ahead and put my eyes on. So I'm going to go ahead and just load from this way. So you can go up or down on that first shell. I mean, it doesn't matter, whichever makes you feel good. So I'm just going to go ahead and load that way. Weapon is on safe, and we're just going to. And again, one cool thing about the 1301 Tactical, and I touched on in other videos, is just how nice of a job they did beveling out that loading port right there. Super easy to get shells inside this gun and keeping it fed. So, alright guys, so on this first shot I'm going to do, we got 7 rounds of the Hornady double-aught buck, and we're at 25 yards. And I'm going to see what the first shot does just as a pattern test at 25 yards with the buckshot coming out of a cylinder bore. And this is a fixed cylinder bore in this particular model. They do make models with removable chokes, but I didn't feel the need to get that. I like the fixed cylinder for this type of shotgun. So we're going to see at 25 yards what the pattern looks like on this double-aught buck. It's not flight control. And then once we establish our shot pattern and see what that looks like, you're going to get an idea of I'm trying to shoot it fast and to put this B-Link system to the test, but also seeing how well I can stay on target with, as light as this gun is. Some criticisms has come out as, it cycles fast, but it also has a lot of recoil because it's light, or lighter than the M4. So we're gonna see today and see how well I can manage the recoil and stay on target. But first, let's go ahead and do a pattern test at 25 yards, and hopefully I can hit the target. Pretty tight. Looks like all the shot is in the white, in that silhouette at 25. Pretty dang good. All right, now let's see if I can control the recoil in this thing and see how fast put that B-Link system to the test. And let me make sure I'm nice and planted. Oh yeah. So as you can probably see, I was, there is some muzzle rise. I was coming off target a little bit, and it does cycle fast. As fast as you pull the trigger, this B-Link system is going to run, and it's going to run quick. But with this, as light as the gun is, you got to kind of account for that. That muzzle is going to come up a little bit, so, but still pretty quick. And it looks like a lot of my shots still stayed in the target, maybe have 1 or 2 pellets out. But let's load something else up and take some shots, see what we can do with this. Maybe some slugs, so I'm gonna load some slugs in it. Okay guys, so I decided to go with the slugs here, the Federal LE slugs. These are 1,300 feet per second, I believe. Let me make sure that's right. Yep, 1,300, 438 grain slug. That's a bad dude. So I got a few loaded up in there. We're gonna see, this should be the hardest kicking round I got out here today. And I might even demonstrate, I threw a birdshot up in the top there to hopefully demonstrate and not fumble around too much on doing just a quick reload, or a speed reload, if you will. So yeah, let's see what how bad I can mess up shooting these. Now remember, I talked about these shotguns before, the manual of arms. So I can pull back and I have shells loaded. You can see right there, I got some brass. I got shells loaded in the mag tube, but can pull back on the charging handle all day, but until you hit that shell release button right there, that's when it's going to send one out to the carrier, and then you can make the gun condition 1 or low 1 in the chamber. All right, so let's just see how quick we can go get all these slugs. I got about 3 or 4 loaded up in there, and I'm going to try to do a quick speed reload with that bird shot on the last one. So, all right, let's rock. Those are not bad, actually. I felt like the Hornady had a lot more punch to it, so those are pretty comfortable. And it looks like, I think I got all my slugs on the target. Maybe, yeah, looks like. So those are pretty manageable. So hey, the federal law enforcement slugs, those are pretty smooth. And that probably wasn't the fastest speed reload, but that demonstrates, I mean, it's so easy with this shotgun card. I mean, now what would be better is to have a match saver, which is the only thing that's the last, well, I say the last, there's always one more part you want to add at some point, but putting a match saver right here will definitely increase the speed of your speed reload, because it's just a swoop right there when that chamber's in locked open position. But just having it here on that card, I mean, you can just strip that thing off and throw it in there, hit that bolt, and those controls are nice and oversized, so they're very easy to manipulate, which is one of the reasons why I love this shotgun. But, all right, well, let's pick something else and load up and keep shooting. I'm having too much fun. So guys, before we load up the next rounds, we're gonna go down and take a peek at our target and see how bad I'm missing, or how lucky I'm getting, who knows. But kind of curious with those slugs where they all impacted. And looks like I scored all good hits. I had some high here, and that's a wad right there that struck. So, but you can see just how gnarly those slugs are. And firing fast with the buckshot, you can see where I was coming up, getting higher, and just that muzzle rise. I mean, you gotta take just a brief breath in between shots. If you get to going too fast, you're just going to keep climbing, and then we're going to start destroying our target stand. But still fast. The gun will cycle. I don't believe I could outrun the trigger with that thing, but you do have to keep in mind of the lightweight, or how lightweight it is. You are going to have some muzzle rise. So let's go back and load the gun up and keep shooting. So for this one, I want to kind of show you why I like the shotgun cards, and also the Benelli and Beretta action, why I like it so much, and do some select loading. So I'm going to go ahead and load this gun up with some birdshot, and this is the Top Gun Federal, pretty light. This is the lightest stuff I have. So not only are we going to test the, how light can you go with this gun if you want to take it bird hunting or go shoot some clays with your buddies. We're going to demonstrate, or not demonstrate, how well this gun can shoot these shells. All right, so I got birdshot loaded up, and we're going to do a select fire. I'm going to fire a few and strip that round out, put the buck in. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and take a couple 3 shots. Oh no, there's something coming at me. Strip that out. Take your buckshot. Boom. So what I did, and I still have shells, still had birdshot loaded in that mag tube, and just to prove it, so I threw that round out, put the buckshot in there, and handled business. So that's a really cool feature about these shotguns. I really like it, and I honestly wouldn't want to go back from that. And also we just proved that, hey, it shoots low brass birdshot. So that's we're well over 400 shells now, still 0 malfunctions. And I will make a note, guys. I'm going to 1,000 rounds in testing before I actually break down and we examine the internals of the shotgun to see the wear on it. And if I have hopefully if there is a malfunction, I hope to be filming, but if not, I will make a note of it. But I want to see if we can get to 1,000 without a single malfunction shooting just a wide variety of shells. So let's go ahead and find something else we hadn't shot through the gun, load it up, and have some more fun. All right guys, so I'm going to shoot some of the Rio. This is some super hot Rio. It is the Royal buck moving at 1345 feet per second. So that's moving even faster than the federal slugs were earlier. And just to give you an idea, I was telling you that we can load 7 of these Hornady critical buck in there just fine, but look at the difference here. I'll go ahead and put these side by side. So look how much longer. That's supposed to be a 2 3/4 shell there, and obviously you can see it is a lot longer, and I'm pretty sure that's going to have probably a little bit more powder in there too. So it's hot, and it does say 2 3/4 on the box, as you can see. So not every shot shell is the same. So that's just the point I was trying to make. And you can load all 7 in there, but you can only get 6 of these guys in the Beretta. But just wanted to point that out. So we're gonna load these up, see how much they punch me. Now, let's go ahead and load her up and see how much these punch. I'm just gonna try to go quick. All right. Oh yeah, those have quite a bit more punch than the Hornadays did. Those have quite a bit of powder. So let's go ahead and load some of these up. These, I got some here on this birdshot. I'll just go ahead and strip this off, demonstrate how nice these shotgun cards are from S-Tac. So we're gonna shoot some federal double-aught buck 9 pellet with the flight control. And this is, maximum 9 pellet double-aught buck, velocities only 1145, so that should be a little more comfortable than the Rios, but we'll see. So I'll go ahead and load her up. Just put a few in there. All right. This is with the flight control, so this should maintain the shot pretty tight down range, or tighter than just a standard Hornady buck without the flight control or Versatite wads. So, all right. Oh yeah, much better. That's a little bit more controllable. I was able to, I came up a little bit, aiming center mass, probably to about the neck area or the head on my red dot, but as you can see, that was a little more pleasant to shoot. So, all right, let's go ahead and finish up with some, let's see, some Fiocchi birdshot. Why not? In case you want to go bird hunting. And this is a little bit hotter with, just because, why not? Let's just shoot it just to break her in. Getting closer to that 1,000 yard, getting closer to that 1,000 round count. So let me just top it off and really try to dump it as fast as we can. Let's try to outrun the trigger. Oh, that's all those. So I'm gonna try to go as fast as possible, really put myself and the and that B-Link system to the test, see if we can't outrun that trigger. But I don't think I'm gonna be able to. I'm not that good. So, all right, let's go. So yeah, that wasn't too bad, but that stuff ain't light. That's at 1225 feet per second, 1 1/4 ounce. So only thing I hadn't shot on the table today is this Rio game load. So we'll see if it's a game worthy shotgun. 2 3/4, 3 1/4 dram, 1250 feet per second. So this stuff's hot. Rio likes to pack powder into their shells. They are not, there's no shortage of powder at the Rio plant. So see if we can't get all these in there. I doubt we can, but we'll go ahead and I'll top it off. And I need to add another one then. 8, yeah. Math. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can get all these Rio into the tube, and Oh, just barely made all 7 in the tube, and I do have 1 in the chamber. Tell you what, so that's 7 in the tube, 1 in the chamber. Let's try to ghost load. All right, so all right. So as you can see, that is what is referred to as a ghost load. You can do this on Benelli's as well. So I've got 7 in the tube, 1 on the carrier, 1 in the chamber. All right, kids, what's that count? That's 9 shells. Good. All right, this is the Rio full dram 2 3/4 bird shot. Let's see how well we can keep this thing down on target. So. It caught on fire. Man, that was a lot. Did you get that? That was, well, Rio shells, there needs to be a fire hazard warning on the box. So those things, that was pretty wild. I don't think I've ever seen that, but but hey, it ran, no malfunctions still, and we've shot quite a bit of shells out here. I got a lot to pick up when we're done, but well, guys, I think that's about going to do it for us today. We shot all the shells we brought out here to shoot, tested everything, and I have not had any malfunctions. So every shell that we fired was on camera, and there was no. There will be some cuts and breaks here, but rest assured, that thing's hot. we had no malfunctions to this shotgun today. Well, that's about it for us. Please comment, like, subscribe if you're enjoying this content, and let me know what you think about the Beretta 1301, or if you don't like it, or if you like the M4 over the 1301, and give me your reasons and thoughts why. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. We will see you next time.